Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. In today's episode of Scrap Mechanic Creations, we're back on the freeway with two brand new cars. So we've got a Koenigsegg Agera sports car as well as Ken Block's custom Ford Mustang Unicorn, and I decided to load these up on a trailer for car transportation using my brand new truck. So in this video, we're going to be taking a quick look at this transport truck. We're going to drive it around the freeway, and then we're going to take a look at each car and do some road tests. Now, it's going to be loads of fun, so let's get started. Alright, so here is the transport truck. Now, this is using the same truck that I did build for the long road train. And basically what I did was I just removed the road train trailers and made a brand new one for car transportation. So look at that, guys. We've got 5 cars loaded up in the back. Now, I've done a car transport truck in the past, but it was really small in comparison to something this large. And I have fit full-size cars on this thing. Now, I will admit, though, that this isn't quite a functioning trailer, because you can't drive cars up and off of these ramps or anything like that, but that's because this was going to be such a laggy build to begin with. I chose not to even detail the interior of the cars because of it. And another thing to mention as well, I had to get rid of all the suspension on the cars for the transport trailer, because when I originally did it, I had the suspension and I could barely even drive this thing because I was probably getting like 2 frames per second. But now, if you're unsure, we've got the Ford Mustang Unicorn right there leading the pack on the front of the trailer, and then behind it here we just have 4 Koenigsegg Ageras. Now, these 3 here are the same, and then we have the Moonbo colored theme one in the back. Now, as satisfying as the road train was, there's something about seeing all of the cars loaded up on that trailer there that is extremely satisfying. Now, I don't know if it's just because it reminds me of being younger and playing with toy cars and stuff like that. I used to have a really cool transport truck, and it was probably one of the favorite things that I have ever owned. So this might be a little sentimental to me, but I love the look of it. I love these cars, and the truck just fits in so good. Alright, so let's try and do a little bit of lane changing here. Okay, there we go. Turn the whole truck into the interior lane. Okay, be careful. And I'll remind you guys, this is using the smart engine. Somebody commented saying, can you take the trailer off and see how fast it goes that way? But if I did that, it wouldn't matter because of the smart engine. It basically acts like an electric motor. It has a certain amount of speed and a certain amount of power, and it doesn't really matter if you change the weight or anything. It's going to maintain that same speed. Alright, here we go. We are running up to the end of the freeway line, or more so, it's the map's edge. So I'm going to try and turn this thing around, though. Now, I was able to do it with the road train, but this truck, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. There we go. Come on, power through. Alright, so the road train had a lot more wheels, and now we're just kind of stuck here. So there's really not much else to talk about when it comes to this truck and transport trailer for the cars. So I'm just going to get rid of this from the map, and then we're going to actually take a look at each vehicle. Alright, so we're going to start off with the Agera. Now, I'm really happy with the way this build did turn out. There's a couple things I would probably change, and one of them is the front hood here. It seems like the wheel fenders, I think people were saying it in the stream that they don't really do this, and there is a slight angle, but it's a lot more subtle than this. So I would probably change these little spots right here to be flush with the rest of the hood, but I couldn't do that because of the fact that these fenders here are completely squared off on the edge right there. But overall, I'm really happy with the design. I did end up using the flashing lights, trying to make it look a little more detailed on the exterior, but one of my favorite parts is the door. So let's press the switch right there. Take a look at that. We've got some really awesome doors that open up. Now, I'm not too sure exactly what style of door this is. I'm sure if you guys know, actually, let me know down in the comments what kind of door opening style this is. So like I mentioned earlier, guys, I left the interior of these cars blank, but I have a feeling that the next car that I do make is going to be focused specifically on all of the details. But now it's time for some highway testing. We've got an extremely long freeway here that we can pretty much drive on endlessly, so let's step on the gas here. Now let's see. How fast is this thing gonna go? It's looking like a pretty good speed right now. So I'm really happy to have a freeway now to drive on for the cars and trucks that I make, because this really just looks absolutely awesome. So let's try and do a lane change. There we go. Nice and smooth. So this car is actually really stable. You can see I'm changing lanes no problem whatsoever. We're not even really bouncing, so that's usually a pretty big surprise here. Now let's see if we go to the side here. I wonder if we're gonna see the wheels bouncing a little bit. No, you know what? Surprisingly smooth. And just like that, guys, we are already at the other side of the freeway. Now, you know what? I'm just going to turn around here. This is a closed course, guys, so you don't have to worry about anybody driving in the opposite direction, except for us, obviously. So the car is fantastic. I do love the look of it. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a couple things I would change, but it was built during a live stream. So guys, if you were there during the live stream, let me know down in the comments. I certainly appreciated all of your guys' feedback on the build, and I would say that it looks as good as it does because of you guys. So that's pretty much going to be it for the Agera here, guys. We're at the other end of the freeway. Now, there is one more car that we're going to take a look at, and it's my favorite one, and that is the custom Ford Mustang Hoonicorn. Alright, so here we go. We've got the Hoonicorn spawned into the freeway. Now, this was a very tricky build. The way the wheels stick out from the side, having to get the fenders out as well was kind of difficult. Now, we did get it to work pretty good during the stream, and overall, I'm really happy with the design. So as far as I know, this is a custom car created by Ken Block, and I think it's like the only one of its kind in the world. And I got to admit, guys, this is a really cool car. Look at that. We've got an awesome exhaust style intake setup on the top of the car right there. And I'm sure you've probably noticed up on the top there's something more than just your regular exhaust. Take a look at this, guys. If we hop into the seat right here, we can press a button and check that out. Look at that. We've got some awesome flames that shoot out of the exhaust. Now, the flames do shoot out pretty far. If I could make them a little bit shorter, I would. But I mean, who cares? It looks awesome. And so now, just like the Agera, let's take it for a test spin on the freeway. See what the stability is like. Now, it looks like it's actually pulling to the left a little bit right there. Now, okay, here we go. We're going to stabilize a little bit. Now, I feel like this is probably a little bit faster than the Agera. It might be a little bit lighter as well. But let's try and drive and hit those flames. Here we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. This thing looks so awesome. Yeah, this thing is definitely a faster car than the Agera. Okay, but we are bouncing because of it. So I guess that's kind of like a little bit of a trade-off, isn't it? Trying to go faster, but not bounce too much on the freeway. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to make that. And now, if you're wondering what's on the side of this car right here, it's supposed to be the Monster logo. And I honestly think it looks pretty darn good for what we've got in Scrap Mechanic. Alright, so let's try a little bit of a lane change here. Now, this thing is definitely bouncing around a lot more. I think we even caught one of the paint lines on the road there. But guys, these are available on the Steam Workshop if you want to do your own custom designs or your own changes. Oh my, what is going on here? We're having a hard time. But yeah, you can change these designs. You can do whatever you want with them. The links are going to be down in the description below. So this was just a quick video to get the Hoonicorn and Agera links out to you guys, as well as this awesome car transport truck. Like I said, guys, links are down in the description. Now, if you guys did enjoy these builds or the video, then let me know by hitting that like button. And if you want to tune in for some more Endless Scrap Mechanic, then consider subscribing to the channel and maybe even turning on some notifications so you can get the latest and the craziest coming from me in Scrap Mechanic. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. So, bye for now.